Political talks about specific issue, party system and actor to explore hope and engender positive impact to the society. Today on Open Conversation, we'll look at the stories. First, Imo State. Stop silent ethnic cleansing, IPOB warns federal government. And then on to Edo State. Appeal court upholds Igodalo's candidacy. And on hardship, presidency tackles Lukman over anti-Tinubu comment. And on governance, separate office of AGF from AGFG, PDP governors say. And on 13% derivation, concerns of misappropriation by governors. On politics, Nigeria's security weaponized for political purposes, Okonjiwala says. We are open for advert placements, bookings and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, and on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. When we come back from this break, we'll delve right into the show. Do not go away. Come back and thank you for staying with us. Good morning, Chizzy, and welcome to Open Conversation.
Good morning, and good morning, viewers. Good morning, Nigerians.
And on to the story. Indigenous people of Biafra has raised the alarm over what it called the secret and indiscriminate elimination of Igbo youths, particularly in Olu in Imo State. The pro-Biafra group, in a statement by its media and publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, entitled, "Nigeria government is silently silencing the southeast region," alleged that the Nigerian army and the Nigerian police are behind the dastardly act. IPOB statement read, "The noble family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, led by the great and indefatigable leader, Madi Nnamdi Okwu Kano, condemns the alleged indiscriminate and extrajudicial executions of Igbo youths across the southeast region, particularly in Olu province of Imo State. The latest extrajudicial execution of some youths from Obidi Oberuru of in Ndibo and making Ali Igbo unsafe. The statement continues to read, the tribal bigoted government of Tinubu is doing everything to provoke Ndigbo to pick up arms in self-defense so that he can unleash a full war on Ndigbo like his kinsmen did between 1967 and 1970, but they can't control the future. We are alerting Igbo governors, Ndigbo at home and notable Ndigbo in the diaspora, the international community and human rights organizations to be aware of the silent genocide being perpetrated by the Nigerian government against unarmed civilians in the southeast region of Biafra land. Igbo governors must work to stop the indiscriminate arrests, extrajudicial executions, and forceful disappearances of Igbo youths in the hands of the Nigerian security forces. The Nigerian government and her moderate security forces have profiled Ndigbo for elimination. They are silently and systematically killing and causing disappearing innocent Igbo youths. The constant harassment and silent genocide is a strategic plan to intimidate Igbo youths to desert their communities while making their communities vulnerable to Fulani terrorist attacks. The entire southeast is heavily militarized and policed to choke life out of Ndigbo in their land. What has Ndigbo done wrong to warrant the brazen slaughter of innocent Igbo youths by the Nigerian government and her murderous agencies? Earlier, the Nigerian government and the international community conduct a referendum for Biafrans to decide either to peacefully and democratically exit Nigeria or remain suffering in Nigeria, the better for Nigerians and Biafrans alike. But using intimidation, illegal arrests, torture, extrajudicial executions, and forced disappearance to coerce Biafrans to accept Nigeria will not work. Instead of Biafrans loving Nigeria with the level of innocent Biafran blood wasted so far, they will be radicalized to hate Nigeria the more. Forced unity is slavery. Ndigbo is known to revolt against slavery. Our ancestors revolted against British slavery. Our fathers revolted against Nigerian hegemony. And this generation of Biafrans will revolt against silent genocide and ethnic cleansing if the Nigerian government refuses to do the needful. How could the Nigerian government and her murderous security forces be eliminating innocent Igbo youths as if our youths are animals? But one thing is certain to the tribal bigots government of Nigeria: Ndigbo cannot be profiled and defeated. Ndigbo did not come into this world by mistake. Now, that is part of this statement. Let me ask you, Chizi. Now, a lot have been said in their statement about the silent, according to them, the silent ethnic cleansing and silencing of the Igbos in the southeast. Now, part of the angst the federal government had against Nnamdi Kanu was the manner by which he, propagated his ideologies against the Nigeria, and the manner by which he expressed displeasure against the marginalization, what he called the marginalization of the Igbo people. Now, IPOB is releasing a statement.
Cleansing, they're multiple.
Right.
Yes, you saw that both the governors, the legislators, both at the federal and everything, spoke in one voice and insisted that, look, we need this in our own community. And because it's a democratic setting, it was done. But in our instance here, especially this other place, we are using very insultive words. We can say, look, we want this, and begin to do it. When you begin to use those kind of offensive words, even the international community, you are so looking for their support, may not want to support that, because the words you are using is more threatening than what you are even asking for. So I think that they should tone down on the kind of
language
they use. It wasn't insult to be able to get what.
Oh God, I drove. In fact, my tentacles, everything was just up. I was paying attention to. I didn't even wait for the end of the burial, but I had to go because of the relationship I have with the people. I didn't wait to the end. I was so worried, and even the few youths that I saw there, I'm like, in my head I was wondering, like, probably they don't have a way to get out of the community. So what do you have to say about that?
Now, Choma, you've mentioned the one you can even identify 4 different outfits. And of course, if there are 4 different outfits, the essence of community policing is almost getting defeated. Because it's now looking occultic. I mean, cultic. If you look at it, because
like they're not like cults.
Cults fighting against
under the guise of whatever.
And then you don't expect the government to fold their hands and relax. So it is us that has given that the government or the external forces that opportunity to come into our listing to do whatever they want to do. I will be here and condemn in strict terms innocent killings. Of course, even the ones you call innocent, I mean, I don't know if there is any killing that should be supported, because of course, if you have security outfits, they should be able to cope with intelligence to catch those who are sponsoring them and prosecute them in the court. And so I will condemn that in totality. But again, we have also given them the opportunity to so do. We have the ESN, we have the Omoma, we have this Webubagu, we have all manner of people, especially in that Olo. And let me tell you something. I don't know why they are targeting Imo State. Because you see, Imo State, especially the Owerri, used to be a place all of us will want to go because it's peaceful, it is calm, it is clean. Or it was. Let me use the word was. But I don't know what it is now. But when they came, everybody's fucked it up. Because as soon as we begin to say, hey, if you see a soldier, kill the soldier, collect arms, everybody, a country will stand up. And let me say here, don't forget that even the government might have to also sponsor some other splitter groups to be able to do what they're doing.
You know, I have also told you that
they said
the governor also has his own security. The question is, I think they are called a bago. That I told you, Asari Yakubo came out to openly say that those boys were recruited. Yes, they are recruited from him. Now the question is, we have security forces in Imo State.
Yes.
Why didn't the governor engage them in full capacity, empower them? In this country, now they are culpable of extrajudicial killing as well.
Now that's what I'm saying.
In fact, when you go to Imo State or look, for instance, and ask questions, they will tell you that the Bubago have done more killing than the other people. I mean, the people brought in by governors or them, they have done more extrajudicial killing than any other outfit. You know,
Chairman, I will not stay here to know whether they have done more or not, because the Omoma is still there.
Omoma is there, ESN is there.
ESN is there.
Unknown gunmen.
Unknown gunmen are there.
Yes.
So,
and you recall prior to the August 1st, the End Bad Governance in Nigeria protest, I think that was the last day of July.
Yes.
At very close to the government house in Owerri, you know, some men came out to shoot and warn people. Apparently, the brake did not catch, and they were shouting. I was inside my car, I didn't even know. And the trailer used my vehicle to wedge itself. And at that point, I even got angry. I came out of my car and walked straight to the military people. And I told them that ordinarily, you people, this thing has no business, because they were not checking vehicles, they were not searching people. It was not a stop and search. It was just the fun of being in power and frustrating travelers. And at the end of the day, I went there, parked my car. The trailer could not even hold the brake. He kept rolling down. In fact, then when they saw what was going on, that was when they had to like quickly clear the road for people to move. And not even an apology. And of course, the trailer itself could not even stop because his brake was already faulty. These are these people. These are the questions. If Imo State, for example, is heavily militarized, how come these people are still able to operate? Is there a political undertone to this? Is there something we do not know? What's going on?
That's what I'm saying. It's even worse. You are even mentioning from Port Harcourt to Anambra. I'm just saying from Omrelu, which is a boundary village, to the next Omago, which is also a boundary village. You will see more than 10
police checkpoints.
And then you begin to wonder whether we're in war or something.
And you also did not mention military checkpoints. You also did not mention civil defense. You also did not mention road safety.
Road safety, customs, and all of that.
Yes.
And yet, these whole issues are still happening. That means that the intelligence, the security intelligence has failed. It has failed in this country because
vigilantes, local security network supporting the army in the first place. The military, are they even supposed to be in this village?
They are not supposed, but when see the situation we have found ourselves, just don't just get Jesus to only Southeast. The situation we have even found ourselves in in the north and all of that has also threatened the territorial integrity of this country. So the military will have to come out. But even when they have to come out, they are supposed to be
heavily militarized. You would expect that with the presence of the military, some level of sanity will return to these communities. But even with the presence of the military, these killings and forced disappearances are happening. And now IPOB has come out to call out the military and say the military is part of the person's killing. Now, when I am even questioning IPOB that a more powerful that wrote this statement is aware of the actions of Ebubagu in Imo State. They are aware of the actions of Umoma in Imo State. They are aware of the actions of the ESN in Imo State. They are aware of the actions of unknown gunmen in Imo State. Why calling out only the military and the police?
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Why not call out what is the root cause of all these things? Why not call out these people? Or is the IPOB trying to say it is okay
for these people
to defend their territory?
Umoma is taking up arm now.
No, IPOB is different. Umoma is different from IPOB.
That is what I'm saying.
ESN is different. Let's make this clear. Umoma, Ebubagu, ESN, they are very different from IPOB.
Of course, I have known that, but they are all Imo indigenes or Igbo indigenes. Are they? They are. If you are arguing for something and you feel that you are an umbrella body, that
under clarification, ESN allegedly, according to Imo people, they say ESN is the security outfit of Simon Ekpa. IPOB is Nnamdi Kanu.
So everybody has their own.
Now, it's clearer to you now. So now, the question is, why is IPOB not calling out these people and calling out the military? And then why is the military
not also living up to their responsibility?
Well, a lot going on.
It looks to me that
the trial court lacked jurisdiction to entertain the suit of the aggrieved delegates in the first place, having lacked the necessary legal rights to initiate the suit. In a unanimous decision, the court did not interfere with how the PDP selects its candidate for the September 21 governorship election in Edo State. Justice Ekwo of the Federal High Court in Abuja had, in July, voided the PDP governorship election in Edo State on the ground that 378 delegates who were supposed to vote at the primary were unlawfully excluded by the party. The suit was instituted by one Calvin Mohammed in a representative capacity. Justice Ekwo held that both the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 and the PDP guidelines were violated in the conduct of the primary election at the Samuel Ebumudia Stadium in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Justice Ekwo, who said that exhibit PDP-1 tendered by the party was bereft of evidence, held that the plaintiffs, through the exhibits tendered, were able to establish their case against the defendants. The judge said that from the exhibit presented by the PDP, he found that the returning officers who prepared the result sheets only sat down in a place to manufacture the outcome of the poll. He said the exclusion of the 381 delegates, including the plaintiffs, was against the provisions of the law. The 381 delegates are those loyal to the embattled Deputy Governor, Philip Shaibu. What is your take on this recent court judgment?
Well, there are two things that I will have to make my own opinion.
All right.
You know, I mean, the court has ruled. There's nothing we can do. The only people that can quash that judgment now is the Supreme Court if they so go to